Call to order at 3:33 p.m. All right. Open the machines for roll call. Certainly. All right, we'll do a verbal starting with Cal. Oh, okay. All right. So council members Bartholomew, Black, Arborough, Blink, Roussel, and LaFrance are currently present.
We can all vote except you gotta be verbal.
Oh, right. All right, item 2, executive session.
Executive session pursuant to LRS 42:17A2 and 10 to receive attorney-client privileged information related to civil service rule interpretations and prospective litigation. Attorney Rennie Burris II.
Mr. Chairman, just as a point of information, before we move into executive session, can we go ahead and do the deferrals and withdrawals so that people in the audience don't have to sit through an executive session?
Yeah, absolutely. And Commissioner Bartholomew has something as well, too. But yeah, we'll go ahead and go through the withdrawals and the deferrals. Kim, if you could, please.
Item 7B is deferred. 9A2 is withdrawn. 9.
Mr. Secretary, on that item, 982, the people that are in the audience would like to request that if this item is to be brought back up, that they be notified because they came here today without knowing. And so Mr. Burris with the legal department informed the permit department to make sure that the individuals that are here today, the adjoining neighbors, be notified if this item is to happen to come back.
Yeah, they'll need to leave their name here so that I know who they are.
Okay. Thank you.
The next item being deferred is 9C is in cat. 9D is in dog, will be withdrawn. 9E is deferred. 9I is withdrawn, and 9K is deferred.
Ms. Stoops,
Yes, sir.
can you also defer 9B? And if it's scheduled to fall, reintroduce it for me, please?
It's got one more time after this.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks.
Is that B as in boy?
Yeah.
Okay, and Councilmember Blink, just to let you know, you're good to vote from this point forward.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Councilmember Bartholomew, you had something you'd like to take before we get into the agenda?
Yes, I'd like to have the fire chief come up and do a presentation to the council.
Agenda
That's Point LaHatch Fire Chief, I'm sorry.
Agenda item 11I, presentation about the operation of the Day Vance swimming pool. Councilmember Bartholomew.
You're welcome.
This is why I can't read.
I'd like to thank you very much, Mr. the Chief. Appreciate that. Chemicals has gone sky high, and we really appreciate that. I guess you can give Ms. Taylor links right here. She can handle that, and she'll process it. And me and Mr. Todd have some more money to work with.
All right, Commissioner Black?
Thank the firemen also.
One other thing, I passed by the pool the other day. Those kids are really enjoying it. So, thank y'all very much.
We'll discuss the pool later on.
Chief,
Commissioner Black? Oh, well, you're lit up on the screen. Russo?
yes, Chief, and the legal department, thank you for your contribution. And the legal department, will you prepare a resolution accepting the donation for us for introduction at the next meeting. That way we can do it properly.
I will get with finance and make sure that's done properly.
Oh, we already did that. That's already done.
It's already done?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We already voted on it and passed it.
Well,
And
thank
we're just
you,
doing it, physically giving us the money today.
But thank you, Chief, for the money.
And thanks to the administration for doing the behind-the-scenes work to get the pool back in order. I know it was a lot of work, and seen some pictures coming out of there. The kids look really enjoying themselves.
We're gonna discuss the pool hype but later on. I know you're in a hurry to go into executive session, because a lot of things I need to clear up.
Y'all gonna do a picture with the chief?
Huh?
You do a picture with the chief?
Yeah, why not? Come on, chief, we all can take a picture with the chief. I ain't got no, we got a camera.
Who's going to take a picture?
The people here today? Wait a minute, let me hook up here.
Not your phone.
Come on, somebody can take a picture.
All right, Tyrone, you can take.
Come on, man, oh yeah, come on there. Something like that, well, who else is here? Hey, do all that. Draw for that. Yeah, the check is stolen. You want one check out? Okay, y'all understand that? Chris, come on, Chris.
Ooh, that's a,
Where's the big check?
Yeah, it should have been one of them big ones, huh? Yeah, you sure make them guys look good. I ain't used to working these kind of cameras. Real cameras, man.
Thank you.
You gonna say something for Stoll Hayden?
Yeah. And we really, we want to really thank Stoughhaven and the chief for really getting together, and Stoughhaven providing us the $2,000 grant for the day event swimming pool, which was very much needed, based on the cost of the chemicals that really went skyrocket. It took off. So again, we'd like to we're gonna send a letter of thank you to them, for them supporting the Plaquemines Parish, day event swimming pool.
Yeah, thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief, for facilitating that grant from Stolthaven. I want to thank Stolthaven as well for the donation of the $2,000.
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Bartholomew, what is the normal price for the chemicals to run the pool for the whole summer? Would that $2,000 take care of the whole summer camp? For the whole summer
No,
camp
that
period?
didn't even take care of the first order. It was over 2,000 when they got the first order, that it cost us. Mr. Eppley knew more about the actual cost, but it cost us over $2,000.
I picked up $4,500 worth of chemicals last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it's very expensive. Very expensive.
And the price of chemicals has drastically went up ever since that chemical plant that caught on fire, the one who really developed that chlorine for those pools.
Oh, okay, while we're doing this, might as well get this over with. First of all, we'd like to thank this council for the appropriation for the pool to make this happen financially. Because without the funds, we wouldn't have everything, it wouldn't be in order to pump the chemicals and all the water and everything else is there and the labor wouldn't happen. I also would like to thank Reddy Blake, for making sure that the kids were certified as lifeguards. He drove them to Southern University in New Orleans, swimming certification. on the days during the week to get them certified. We took care of that, but he drove them up there every day to meet the qualification. And in the process of getting the pool ready, we had the prom guys, Bobby Raggers, Roland Isidore, Roland Battle, Everett Cook, and Harvey. Mr. Harvey was there, helping me to clean the pool, to get all the grass out of the area, because we didn't spray anything with no chemicals. Took a shovel. I took a shovel, a spade shovel, and cut those grasses out of the pool and threw all that away. And when Miss Cross came, that's manager pool, she said, "How you did that? All that stuff off like that?" I said, "I can't tell you, it's a secret. So if you want me to clean your pool, call me. Get it done." But those people really played an integral part in making sure that everything was in order, physically and clean in order. And most importantly was Wade Terrence and Robert Morgan with Infomark. They maintained the chemicals and put it in until it was ready. Every day for 3 days, Wade was there, monitoring, filling in chemicals, putting chemicals, working in the pump station and pump area by the pool, making sure everything is in order, and make sure they modified the thing to get the pumps working, to keep it rolling. So those people really did an outstanding job. And of course, our parents who came before this council, hats off to them for making us aware of getting it done, supporting that, and that's how it all began and how it happened. And of course, Mr. Eppley me and him was going at it, round and round every day, keeping abreast of everything, keeping me posted, keeping him posted, what's going on, what's not going on, what need to go on. So all those things was being done. So it was a whole concert of people to make this happen. It just didn't 1 or 2 people, it's a whole concert. And of course, Reverend Evans was here with his group, came in, played an integral part beginning. But overall, the kids been in there for about a week now. Since last week, they've been swimming. And hopefully, that we can continue the progress of improving the pool comprehensively, in a comprehensive nature. Now, there are some areas that we're addressing with the diving boards, and it's a possibility that I have some grant money coming in for that, if it's feasible. So that's what we're trying to evaluate it in the cost and see how much it'll cost to do that, because it's decaying. I don't think it's safe for kids to jump on those things because they are in bad shape. So we agreed that with Ms. Todd, myself, and a couple of people agreed that we shouldn't have the kids on the diving board till we replace them. But again, all the people I mentioned, those are the primary factors that was involved in getting this thing done. Thank y'all.
My interface isn't working up here, Kim, very well, so I can't clear the floor or anything like that. But thank you very much, Mr. Bartholomew. We appreciate those remarks. All right, moving along the agenda, we'll go ahead and enter into executive session now, since that item's been read.
We still need to read it again since we
Okay.
left it and voted.
That's fine. My apologies, Randy.
Agenda item number 2, executive session. Executive session pursuant to LRS 42:17A2 and 10 to receive attorney-client privileged information related to civil service rule interpretations and prospective litigation. Attorney Rennie Burris, the second. Councilmember Kognovich.
All right, I'd like to offer that, would anybody like to second it?
Second.
Second by Arborough. Machine's open, I'll have a verbal yes.
We don't have enough people here right now.
All right, we gotta wait for Benny to come back.
You got 5?
Fine.
Somebody
You
bring.
verbal.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Oh,
There we go.
yeah,
Let's-
sorry.
That's all good.
You got 5.
Got the machine here.
It passes, huh?
Yeah.
We good?
Yeah,
3 what, 48?
3:48.
And the council returns from executive session at 4:15. No binding action.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Agenda item 3, proclamations, there are none. Agenda item 4, status report by the parish president. There is none.
4A, update by charter directors. 1, old business. If there is none, 4A2, new business.
Hold on.
Mr. Helmer, want to thank you. The project is fixing the culverts under the back levee. It's in progress. There's some people finally working, and cleaning it up to fill in those culverts underneath that levee. And hopefully, the way they're going, it won't be that much longer. So I want to thank you for your efforts in making it happen to put us back into the federal system. So I want to appreciate that very much.
Thank you, thank you. The company is out there working. We're getting inspection reports, and as long as we don't run into any of unforeseen problems, hopefully they'll be done and we won't have any impact from it from storm season. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for that.
Welcome.
Francis on the queue. Do you have any?
Yes, Mr. Helmer, I see there's a contractor sitting in the parish, and I see what they're installing some fiber optics wiring that's supposed to help us on the southern end with the internet. You know anything about it?
No, sir. There is no active permit process for utilities.
I know ain't no permit came through us, but I do see.
Right, I've noticed them along
big
Woodland
roll
Highway,
of,
fiber optic cable and.
yeah, cable,
pipe.
that orange-looking cable.
Now, I know
They all
AT&T
installed
is upgrading their facilities.
Huh?
I know AT&T is upgrading their facilities throughout the parish by bringing fiber to the homes. I'm not sure if that's their contractors or what. That would be something that we would have to ask Mr. Dugas about, because he would know. They would have to issue a letter of no objection for them to go in the right of way to go that way.
Yeah, well, could you find out for me so I would know exactly? Because I have constituents that is asking me about it, and I have a clue. But I spoke to a gentleman out there from Amos, I think that's Amos or Atmos, whatever they name it, the gas company.
Right.
He's told me he's just out there to verify where their gas lines is at.
Yes, sir. They mark the lines. They call 811 and they mark all the lines that are existing in the ground. And that gives them a clear path within the right of way to install the new fibers or the new cables or gas lines, whatever they're putting in.
You know when you'll be able to get back to me?
As soon as I make a phone call in the morning.
Good, good. Mr. Roussel. I'm still on them ditches being sprayed. Those Johnson grass in those ditches is 5-6 feet tall. In the ditch in Port Sulphur, and I don't know if that was the cause of some of the water that was being restricted of going to the canal, because certain community, Willow, Mimosa, Umstead, when we had that rain event, there was a lot of water in that subdivision. You know anything? When can I expect those ditches to be spread?
I sent an email both to flood control and Prong to go ahead and get the ditches sprayed. I'm not sure if they started yet, but I'll get back with them in the morning and find out and let you know. We did have 8 inches of rain that day in that area, so in that short period of time. So it took a while to get down, but the pumps were pumping and it did get down. 8 inches. A lot, that's all.
All right, thank you.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Mr. Bartholomew.
When are we gonna get some more tractors on the East Bay, you know? Cause I see we had only one working today.
As soon as the tractors come in that were ordered, it won't be till after January, and
Jesus.
we get other tractors out the shop. They all working on them.
Yeah.
I think we got one out. Brandon was supposed to go get one today, so I'm not sure if it was for the east bank of where it went,
Yeah.
but they were supposed to get one out today.
That's 90% of the last month or so, we've been operating with one tractor for the whole East Bay. I'm not, and now and then, I think that, I don't know about this, that ditch cutter, what they call those, the excavator, not excavator,
An A-boom and.
A-boom, yeah.
Yes, sir.
yeah. But that's where, well, we're in a bad way with that. I know you've been trying, so I'm just trying to find out when we're gonna have some coming in to try to correct that.
It won't be till after January, so.
And what about the grader?
The grader?
Yeah, what about sending it over here for at least one time? And let it spend a day or
We'll work
two.
on that. Okay.
You can work on that for me?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So take a picture of that, me and you. Pick up a nice picture of that. Yeah, be like Mr. Epley. See, he was at the pool. He go to the pool. He visit the pool. He was touch his toes in the pool water. Oh yeah, we getting there, and we got it done. You know. All right.
Hi, Reverend Edwards, how are you?
I want to ask Mr. Bartholomew a question since he mentioned it. So that grader going to be used to get rid of, because when they clean out the ditch, they put all the mud on top of the thing, and it's really horrible. The tractors cannot get on top of it, so that grader would be able to spray that dirt out because it's getting rough, all that mud, trees growing on it.
Well, it's about on a ditch or something.
All that mud that they took out of the ditch that's on down the side of the highway.
Oh, the highway
Where it's
15,
going, that grader would be used to be able to clean that up.
They have, we have a resolution already been passed to pile that dirt up and to haul it at the marina and at the Event Community Center. We're just trying to wait on the parish trucks, and whenever they get some help to start putting that stuff in those two areas, to put it in pile and to get it off the highway. So the hole up there, we didn't have the personnel, and I think the dump trucks were out, so that's the problem.
Okay.
But the council voted on that resolution to do that.
Thank you.
But Scott, before the machine heads across the river, Mr. LaFrance and I would both appreciate if Grand Bayou Village Road, if the grader could make a few passes on that, please.
Excuse me, sir. You had that for 4 years already over here. What you talking about before?
Oh, you were
Anyway.
done?
Tell him, Mr. Roussel, Scott Roussel, tell him how I've been waiting, man. I'm just kidding. Go ahead. I'm just kidding, man.
Anyway, we appreciate y'all's efforts
Work on
scheduling
all
that
of
thing.
them, so, soon as we can.
Thank you. All right, any other questions for the administration before moving on?
Black ass.
Commissioner Black, Councilmember Black.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Chairman. I don't have anything for the directors, but I do want to say, Ms. Nance, that item's been deferred again. Just please call my office prior to the meeting, and I'll let you know the update. I have no intention of moving on that item anytime soon, so I just didn't want you to sit and wait. All right.
All right. Moving along.
Agenda item 5, bids and advertisements. There are none. Agenda item number 6, beer and liquor licenses.
Cue in if you have any, please. All right, I have one. It's for Jeff Edgecombe. This is going to be for the Empire South Pass Tarpon Rodeo. And it's going to be at the Delta Marina at 317 Rosemary Drive.
Mr. Beard,
Commissioner Bartholomew, go ahead.
do we need to do the one I gave you? Because they're going to be requesting a beer for it. I'm sorry?
You didn't come pick it up, and I never received anything.
No, they gave me a packet.
I never gave you,
Not you, no.
Oh,
He has it.
oh, okay.
I don't know if that's it or not. If they need to do that with that.
Here's the thing. A special event permit issued to Danielle Parker
Yeah.
for the Prominent Youth Foundation, the Down the Road Summerfest to be held July 23rd from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Davant Park.
Look, I just saw it in my packet. That's what I didn't understand, because,
But
Yep.
yes, we need to vote on it.
okay, because Mr. Rennie needs to sign off on that too then.
All right. All right, no other beer or liquor permits? Moving along, please.
We need to offer a second and vote.
Okay.
Offer.
Offered by Bartholomew, I'll second. All right, all in favor?
Agenda item 7A, construction permits.
Chevron Ornite Company LLC, application number 2022-517 dated May 12, 2022. Install helicool pile to support foundations for a new derriator support structure.
This is Councilmember Newberry's. Does anybody want to move?
Can we move on all of them?
Yeah, Arbor will offer.
Councilmember Bartholomew, we only have one under 7A. So,
Okay. Oh, that's a, okay, that's a,
okay.
All right, Arbor will offer, I'll second for this one.
Councilmembers Roussel and LaFrance.
All right, all in favor? Right. We'll go to C, and then we could do D and E together.
C will be separately. 7, building permits, C, lots, fireworks, Amanda Lot, fireworks stand renewal for year 2022, 9263 Highway 23, Belle Chase, Louisiana. Councilmember Gui.
All right, offered by Arbor. Second by Bartholomew. Thank you, Danny.
Firework capital of the world.
All right,
Councilmember Blank.
snakes and sparklers.
Oh, I already have.
All right, all in favor?
I could donut shop out real quick.
Number
We'll do D and E together, please.
D and E, Shane Cantu RV Camper in FP Zoning District 17509-A, Highway 23, Myrtle Grove, Louisiana. E, Joshua and Christy Wooten RV Camper in Floodplain Zoning District 17509-B, Highway 23, Myrtle Grove, Louisiana. Councilmember LaFrance.
You don't want to catch F?
I didn't know the chairman wanted F as well.
Oh, I've got some questions about F, yeah. We'll go ahead and do these two.
All right, so offered.
All right, offered by LaFrance, second by Roussel. Machine's open. All right, all in favor? All right, F.
7F, Kyle Fleming, new modular in a floodplain zoning district 21038, Highway 23, Point Celeste, Louisiana. Councilmember LaFrance.
So offered.
All right, offered by LaFrance, seconded by Black. I have some questions. This is on a potential piano key lot. Just wondering, does it make sense to do this if we might have to buy it on the port side, on the back end? This is where there's an elevated brick home at that address. And the thing is, look, maybe because there's not a lot going on here, maybe the address isn't super exact, but when I pull it up on the map, it seems to be where the port is leasing a little bit of a laydown yard for some of the levee work.
Okay, I will defer it to the next council meeting.
Okay. I'm sorry if I'm asking a
No,
bunch of
that's
questions about it.
Agenda item number 7F will be deferred.
We don't have anyone from the permit office to even,
And I mean, we have it in our packets, but I
Yeah.
just, I've got some questions.
You ready for number
Ready to move to?
8, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, please.
Okay. Number 8, introductions of ordinances and resolutions.
All right, I have a couple, but if others want to go ahead first, please.
You,
We have them. We have them.
What's that?
We have them to read.
Oh, you have both of them? Okay, please.
do we need to add any? Do you have some at the table?
Yeah, my apologies, a little slow going. Normally Commissioner Kognovich is the chair. A lot of practice.
The following ordinance was offered by Councilmember Kognovich. An ordinance to levy millages on the 2022 tax roll on all properties subject to taxation by Plaquemines Parish government and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. The following ordinance was offered by Councilmember Kognovich also. An ordinance to amend the 2022 manpower structure and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Also, Mr. Kognovich, an ordinance authorizing the acceptance of a donation for the Homeland Security Emergency Preparedness Department and to amend the General Fund 2022 operating revenue and expenditure budgets, Homeland Security Emergency Preparedness Department, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Also, Mr. Kognovich, an ordinance to make technical corrections to ordinance number 22-62 and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. A resolution on behalf of Mr. LaFrance. A resolution requesting authorization by the Plaquemines Parish School Board to use the Belle Chase High School auditorium to show a documentary film entitled Iron Sharpened Iron on July 6, 2022 at 6 p.m. and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Also, Mr. LaFrance, an ordinance to amend and as amended to readopt Section 7-23 of the Parish Code of Ordinances and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. The following ordinance was offered by Councilmember Bartholomew. An ordinance to grant the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers a right of entry for disposal of dredged material on the Grand Prairie Levee District lands and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Rennie. All right, any others? All right, hearing none.
Nine A1, an ordinance to grant temporary easement to the Coastal Protection and Restoration Authority for vegetative plantings on Grand Prairie Levee District lands and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Bartholomew.
I'll second. Offered by Bartholomew, second by Blink. And machine's open. Any questions from board or audience?
This is for plantings.
Y'all ready to vote?
Call question.
Councilman, thank you.
Ready. 9A2 has been withdrawn. 9A3, an ordinance to amend and amended to readopt Section 4 of Ordinance Number 142, the Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance of Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana, as amended, and the Comprehensive Zoning District Map therein adopted by reference and which is parapped thereto with reference to application number 2022-495 dated May 5th, 2022. Councilmember LaFrance.
So offered.
I'll second. Any questions?
This was a trailer park rezoning.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
The zoning board recommended this change?
Yes.
Okay. And this is for vacant land? Vacant land?
And Solis. Anybody here? Anybody here? Mr. Solis?
Please state your name and address.
Grant Solis, 109 Gardenia Lane, Belchase.
I was looking through the zoning board report. They recommended that this zoning change be made. However, there was some opposition from some neighbors in the area. Are they adjacent neighbors, or where are they located?
No, sir, they're not adjacent. I'm on the River Road, they're on 23.
And they just objected because of whatever reason?
Yes, sir.
And so this is virgin land that you're going to put a trailer park in?
Trying to, yes, sir.
Are you putting hard surface street?
I'm sorry?
Are you putting a hard surface street, like blacktop or rocks?
It hasn't been determined yet.
Okay. That's all I have.
Any other questions?
That's all I have.
Any other questions? Board, audience? All right, machines open. It's all in favor.
Thank you.
9B was deferred, 9C was deferred, 9D was withdrawn, 9E was deferred. 9F, an ordinance to amend the 2022 General Fund Operating Expenditure Budget, Recreation Facilities and Services Department, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Kognovich.
I'd like to offer it for Mark. Second by Arborough. Are there any questions about this item? Audience? Oh, yeah, yes, sir. Oh, I tell you what,
It's an ordinance to increase the salary and wages in the Recreation Facilities and Services Department, and it's coming from the gasoline line item in the Recreation Department.
It's to provide money for salaries for management of the day van pool.
it's about $10,000 total.
Correct, yes, sir.
Any other questions?
That's for overtime.
I have noticed nationwide, there's a lot of problems hiring lifeguards the past couple of years. Yeah. So I'm glad we were able to get it done. All right, any other questions? All right, moving forward with the vote. All in favor?
Ready? 9G, an ordinance to amend the 2022 Road Maintenance Fund Operating Expenditure Budget, Road Maintenance Public Right-of-Way Department, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Bartholomew.
Offer.
All right, offered by Commissioner Bartholomew and seconded by Commissioner Arborough. And this is to buy a lawnmower?
Yeah, no, it's to fill in the deficit in completing the order. It was short of that to complete the whole order for the 4 new tractors that we ordered, which is short of that money. Because I think where that happened, the contractor that we purchased them gave us the wrong price. So that just filled in for the 4 tractors we have with 4 bush hoggers.
It's about $8,000. Any other questions? All right, hearing none, machines open. All in favor?
9H, a resolution approving the request for a conditional use by Fun Fit Properties LLC to renovate, remodel a section of building for a child care daycare facility in an I-1 Industrial Park zoning district located on Lot 9A of the Woodland Industrial Park subdivision, Square, 1510 Woodland Highway, Belchase, Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana, all in accordance with application number 2022-497 dated May 13th, 2022. Councilmember Black.
Offer.
Offered by Black, seconded by Arborough. Are there any questions about this item? Looks like a good facility. We got high hopes for it. All right, machines open. Okay, all in favor?
9I has been withdrawn. 9J, an ordinance declaring the second floor of the Popich Building located at 8056 Highway 23, Belle Chase, Louisiana, 70037 as surplus property, authorizing the parish president to lease the same in accordance with the law and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Rousseau.
Offer is filed.
Offered by Russo,
Second.
second by Bartholomew. Any questions about this item? Oh, Commissioner Black, go ahead, please.
Yeah, have we received any, I didn't watch whatever that committee y'all have.
Yes, we have people asking for it.
Okay. Who is it?
I'd rather not say, but I guess I'll venture global.
Oh. I wouldn't say.
What?
I wouldn't.
Because it's now going to get into competitive bidding process.
Oh.
And
You'd have told me before when I asked.
well, I'll
It's-
tell you the
it's-
other half of the story after a while.
It's not improper to say Venture Global was interested in the property.
What's that?
It's not improper to say that Venture Global is interested in the property.
No, I know it's not improper, but
All right, are there any questions?
Sounds good to me.
Any questions on this item? Hearing none, move forward with the vote, please.
That's the only way I let you know what's going on, right?
All in favor?
That is up, man.
9K has been deferred.
communicate.
Agenda item number 10, approval of the minutes from the June 9th, 2022 regular meeting.
Offer.
Offered by Bartholomew, seconded by Arbor. Questions on the minutes? No? Is a verbal yes out of Roussel on this? No? All in favor?
Ready? Agenda item number 11, new business. A, introduction of resolutions wherein suspension is being sought. Number 1, a resolution ordering that a special election to fill the position of Constable Ward 5 be called and held during the gubernatorial election in the fall of 2023, with the primary election date set for October 14th, 2023, the general election date set for November 18th, 2023, and qualifying date set for August the 8th, 2023, through August the 10th, 2023, appointing Catherine C. Bourgeois to fill the position of Constable Ward 5 in Plaquemines Parish, State of Louisiana, until a special election can be held to fill the vacancy and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Kognovich.
I'll offer this on the behalf of Mark, seconded by Roussel. Any questions about this item?
This is for the suspension.
Second. Not a second. For the suspension, right?
Yes.
All in favor?
Now, for consideration, a resolution ordering that a special election to fill the position of Constable Ward 5 be called and held during the gubernatorial election in the fall of 2023, with the primary election date set for October 14, 2023, the general election date set for November 18, 2023, and qualifying date set for August 8, 2023 through August 10, 2023, appointing Catherine C. Bourgeois to fill the position of Constable Ward 5 in Plaquemines Parish, State of Louisiana, until a special election can be held to fill the vacancy and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Kognovich.
All right, I'd like to offer again for Kognovich. Roussel, seconds. Any questions on the item? All right. Approved by all?
Number 11 Introduction of resolutions wherein suspension is being sought. Number 2, a resolution authorizing the initiation and conducting of litigation on behalf of Plaquemines Parish government against the Civil Service Department for Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana, to resolve conflicts of interpretation arising over the application of Civil Service Rule 6 to job applicants, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Cognovich.
I'd like to offer this on behalf of Cognovich.
I'd like to ask for a unanimous second.
This is, I'm sorry?
A unanimous second
A unanimous second. This is for the suspension
on both.
on both.
Are there any questions?
No objection.
All right.
Without objection?
Without objection.
I'd feel better if y'all voted.
We'll vote.
Now,
All are in favor?
Now for consideration, a resolution authorizing the initiation and conducting of litigation on behalf of Plaquemines Parish government against the Civil Service Department for Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana, to resolve conflicts of interpretation arising over the application of Civil Service Rule 6 to job applicants and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Cognovich.
I'd like to offer again for Cognovich. Roussel seconds. Any other,
No objection.
any other questions about this item?
Sheet is open.
Fishing. All right, all are in favor?
Mr. Chairman, we have a suspension that is not on the agenda.
Okay.
For
I'll I'll offer that.
The following resolution, a resolution expressing the intent of the Plaquemines Parish Council in regard to ordinance number 22-62 and otherwise to provide with respect thereto.
All right. Are there any questions about this item?
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, elaborate.
Oh, that's that one.
Yeah, I'm going to defer to Danny Garrett here to explain to folks.
This item, Secretary of State's office would like different language, and when y'all merged the ordinances, it was West Pittsburgh course, so you didn't have to merge the precincts, so you didn't have to do precincts after redistricting. We went ahead and did that, y'all passed the ordinance. They would like you to use the words geographically merged rather than consolidated.
Are you saying the clerk messed up?
No. The Secretary of State just wants that, prefers that term, and so that they can move forward with it, they would like the council to express a resolution today expressing that's what they meant. So it's just the merging of the ordinance, of the precincts. So if y'all pass a resolution today, there's an ordinance, so it'll take the place of it, so that they'll have their records. And they notified me like yesterday of this, so, and they've had this thing for how many weeks? Yeah, they've had the precinct ordinance for, since y'all adopted it 2 weeks ago, so,
Like the request to consolidate has been for 2 years.
yeah.
We got it.
All right, I'd like to open this up to any comment from the board or from the public. Okay, all right, hearing none.
This is for the suspension requiring a unanimous vote.
All right, all in favor?
What?
Wait, what we missed?
Yes. Rebel, yes.
Sorry. I gotta.
Technical issue.
Ready? Now for consideration, the following resolution was offered by Councilmember Blink. A resolution expressing the intent of the Plaquemines Parish Council in regard to ordinance number 22-62 and otherwise to provide with respect thereto.
All right, I'd like to offer on behalf of Cognovich. Anybody like to second?
Second.
Second by Roussel. All right. Any questions from the board or the public? All right. All right, all in favor? I'll go ahead and defer item B and item C.
11A-D, District 1 update, Councilmember Bartholomew.
Yes, the the one for the discussion of the hurricane protection breakaway park area. Do we have any more comments on the floodgate, possibly a flood wall being constructed, possibly could be funded in that area where the railroad track is? Have you heard anything about that? I know the highway is gonna be taken care of, but just that railroad is our weakest link right now.
But last we've heard is, no, we do not have funding for the estimated $1.5 million gate. That needs to go in that railroad's place.
It's cheaper for the gate instead of building a wall, a cement wall or something. It would cost more to build that, tie that wall all the way into the existing wall, to the levees or where we are, to the wall where they're built.
I don't know that we've looked at any other options.
I mean, that's being a solid wall, it's finished, you're finished.
The option we looked at is the design that we got from Stolthaven,
Yeah.
which is a stop log gate, which they said was the most economical route that they could find.
But they don't want to put up the money, though.
They did not offer the money, no.
Yeah, they didn't have the money. And the rail company not pushing, they're not pushing at all. I wonder if any way possible that we can get some federal fund, because since it's a railroad situation. We think we can look into that?
Sure.
Okay, thank you, sir. The other one is the levy. I'm waiting on that. My good friend Russell will send me that information to break down when he get back to me, so I can look at it and understand whether the breakdown of the levy from Carnarvon to White Ditch, the areas, because he gave me the numbers, but I don't know where all those places are without identifying.
It's on your computer in the middle of the screen. Just press on that button. It shows you.
It's not on my computer yet.
Okay.
You know.
I'll get back
All right.
and check it out.
Okay. Appreciate that. The pump stations on the East Bank, the status of those. I know you had some work being done and possibly some repairs are being made as of now. I noticed that. So I know we're getting into the hurricane era soon, where we are with those pump stations.
The pump station right back to courthouse.
Yeah, you're working on that one.
Pumping station. They did finish out the patching of the number one pump, which is to the south.
Did they finish that today?
They finished that today. They're gonna crank it up in the morning. It draws a vacuum, it'll pump.
Okay.
Once that happens, we'll probably get rid of 2 of those extra pumps and just leave one.
Right.
Just like Bellevue. Bellevue is still running with one and a temporary pump. Scarsdale.
So
they work-
Bellevue gonna be all right? You think we'll be all right with a lot of the rain with the situation we have there now?
Right now,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we got.
I know what we have, but we don't need anything more, you think, or there'll be sufficient?
Well, we're getting pricing on to fix that pump.
Uh-huh,
We got a quote yesterday evening, and it was about $70,000 just to pull it all apart and
Jeez.
pull it all out,
yeah,
get it to the shop. That's not to repair,
uh-huh,
and then put it back together. So we are working to finalize that,
okay.
okay?
Next one.
We changed the rear seal on Bel Air. That pump is up and running now. Scarsdale, we.
That's what, Bella, don't we have a problem with the gates, the pump station itself being elevated and they got a gap in between that and the levee or something?
Bel Air?
Bel Air or Scarsdale? Scarsdale, okay.
Scarsdale, yes, sir. Scarsdale, we did repair one of they had pulled the clutch, changed out the rear seal on the number 1 engine. That's back up. The number 2 engine, they changed the exhaust manifold. That's the one that had a hole in the top.
Yeah,
Valve got stuck. Caterpillar's working on that one. Soon as we finish getting all the parts together, we'll have that one back up. And then, we should be pretty close on that pumping station.
we have that gap in between the levee and the pump station, got something to take care of that?
Well, right now, all we have is Lord Super.
That's what I'm saying, you have, those are in place,
Yes,
back there, okay.
yes, sir. Just like we put all the other bags at
Right,
the railroad
right,
track and
right.
Highway 39 and then
Yeah,
White Ditch.
Right, and
And
Phoenix,
Point La Hash and all.
Phoenix, yeah.
Yes, sir.
And Breakaway Park? They are,
Right,
pump
Park
ups,
is good and running.
okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you, sir. And you have any ideas on Highway 15, overlaying? Anybody heard anything about any grant, possibly some grant money for that?
No, sir, we don't have any information on grant
Okay.
money to overlay Highway 15. I was told the estimate is about $1 million a mile, mill and overlay on a highway. We have, you know, a large section of Highway 11 on the west bank.
Right,
that also needs to
right.
be addressed. But at this point, we don't have any
Could
grant
we-
opportunities that I know of.
Could those projects could have been put under the recovery of a hurricane situation, but since they've been underwater so many times and received some deterioration, that they could be possibly put into that and for FEMA to consider that for us?
We can ask that.
Yeah.
You know, the
Okay.
problem with that, sir, like you
I know what you're saying, I know.
said, is we have to put out the money
Right.
up front and then ask for reimbursement.
Okay. Mardi Gras Pass. Give me the good news on Mardi Gras Pass.
Unfortunately, I don't have any, but we are still seeking funding for that and finding if there is any available grant monies to help that access. There was some USDA money available, but being that that's not
Yeah.
part of an agriculture area, it's kind of,
What did the court had any suggestion about doing some rehabilitation in that area?
no, we are looking at an experimental program with the LCA demo program to help divert some of that water, but it's nothing about clearing the waterways. So
Okay,
that's,
no, that's what I'm talking about, the controlling the site.
controlling the siphon to bring American Bay back to 15 parts per
All right.
1,000. So we're working on that. We actually met with
Okay.
those guys this
Right.
past week.
That's what I was had reference to. And,
Yes.
and the cleaning of all these other canals is something different, totally
Yes.
different, I understand that.
Yes, sir.
But they are working on that to control the flow of that water into American Bay to limit that.
Absolutely.
You know when that's gonna begin and how long they gotta wait on that?
We're waiting on, we have the approval from the Corps. That part of the project's been approved. So we're waiting for a CEA so we can put together for the match money. And we have some NGOs and private companies that's going to sign on and help us with the match.
Maybe we get St. Bernard to help out as well. They were very interested in help closing that at one
Right.
point in time, you know?
Yes, sir.
Can you talk more about those private companies and NGOs that might be helping with that?
Well, excuse me, sir. You see,
right, sorry.
you freshwater diversion, man. I can't hold up, man. Don't kill me now. We're trying to move forward.
I'll put on.
Hold up. Yeah, if you're not trying to create another project of restoration of freshwater restoration, of vegetation, with the Mardi Gras Pass situation, I'm fine.
I'm just wanting to hear who's involved. It'd probably be good for you to know too.
I already know who's involved, but good, thanks. I already know.
Yeah, who would that be?
Shell is interested, the Ottoman Group, and the Pontchartrain Conservancy.
That's Mr. Bull Black, eh?
Got it. And I mean, just out of curiosity, would Plaquemines Parish government retain those carbon credits associated with that project?
We haven't gotten to that point to ink that deal,
Okay.
but I do have that highlighted on our list after we had our discussion
Okay.
the other day.
All right. Thank you.
Finished?
Sorry.
All right.
Yes, my apologies.
No problem. I want to thank you very much for this effort because you bring to restore a way of life on the East Bank, and that's what this is going to do. And economically, going to have a very devastating impact on economical growth for the people that lived and did that type of lifestyle, lived that lifestyle, and worked in the bayou all their life, generation after generation. And I noticed as you come over, you can see how dormant we are.
Yes.
We have lost a lot, and we haven't been rehabilitated no kind of way with all this flux of money supposed to be what's coming in. We just didn't get it to
Right.
help the people, but you are. So I want to thank you very much from the bottom of my heart about getting that done to reacclimate a way of life on the East Bank. Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
Let's see. Recreation, well, was tied up, and we're still working on that, so stuff we're doing with that, we're working on that. And I know that they've been coming in to say, can you just tell the people what's going on with the dividend center? I mean, I'm aware of it, but they need to hear it.
So the one unit that was working at the Day Van Center, the air conditioner you're speaking of, is that correct?
Right.
One unit that was working there, we have had issues with power outages and power surges, and it fried a PLC board on that unit. The part was ordered. As soon as the part came in, they went over and repaired it, which I believe was Monday or Tuesday of this week.
Wasn't working yesterday. Maybe today. But I've been up there all week, 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, and Monday and Tuesday.
I'll check it.
Yeah. So I know it's hot, Martin. Martin be up there, so he can tell you. He's up there every day. So Mr. Epley, go check and see what's going on with that.
I was told, in fact, I talked to the air conditioning contractor on the way here.
Yeah.
He told me that he changed the part and that everything was working with that one air conditioner. The second air conditioner, we're still waiting to come in. It should have been in the second week of June. Of course, it's running behind schedule now. He was supposed to give me an update, and I haven't heard back from him yet on when they expect that unit to be here so they can have that second unit changed out.
And all those under warranty, right?
The part on the first unit was under warranty,
Well,
yes,
under
sir.
warranty, right. Okay, the last thing I have is Mr. Helmers, the Marina, Appalachian Marina.
Yes, sir, that's the book I gave you with
I
all
know,
the
I
information
really
in there.
appreciate that, yeah.
We're looking at
Yeah.
the estimates from the hurricane damages, around $732,000.
Right.
$734.38. It's got all the detail in there. That's all been filed with FEMA.
Right.
But it's a matter of funding
Right.
and getting it done. If I
I'm
had
just
the
trying-
cash, I'd get it done.
I'm just trying to get your neighbor, trying to get him, convince him to send a machine down and to clean that island off for us so we can make it cosmetically appropriate.
Right, right. Now,
And,
we're also, we're in the process of the permitting process from the Harbor Maintenance Trust Fund to do the dredging
Right,
in that area.
right.
And we will put additional dredge material on top of that island. But the main concern is to build that burn up on the southern side.
Right.
To stop that water from coming in and flooding the parking lot.
And that's what we were supposed to use, some of that.
Yes, we'll
dirt
use some of that
Highway
dirt also.
39 to do
Right.
that as well. Directors, I really appreciate y'all, my answers, like we moving, finally getting something done, and we moving in the right direction. Thank y'all very much.
11, new business E, District 7 update, Councilmember LaFrance.
Mr. Helmer, can you give me an update on Susie Bayou?
Susie Bayou is about to go out for bid. We were just waiting on the land rights. We have one piece left on the, I can't remember the name of the tract of land. The last sale on that tract of land was like in 1925. So we have a bunch of owners that we have to get that right of way or servitude to. That's the last part of the legal part that needs to be completed, and then the bid will go out. Everything else has been dotted and crossed. So we just have to clear that hurdle, and Susie Bayou will be done. And also, I got an update for you. It is AT&T. It's a contractor that's putting in that fiber for AT&T.
Okay, good. Mr. Epley, can you give me an update on the plans for the renovation of Port Sulphur Water Plant? Where are we at?
We are still in the design phase. 2 weeks ago, when we talked about this at the council meeting, the design was expected to be 8 to 10 weeks. So I'm guessing we're at 6 to 8 weeks at this point. We haven't gotten any preliminary design yet from the design contractor. Inframark has been working to get pumps working. They've been testing them with generator power to make sure that everything's ready to go. We have had problems recently, within the last 2 weeks, of theft. We've had copper wire that we've used to test pumps in twice in the last 2 weeks.
Hold on, when we was doing District 1 update, there was no interruption.
Ain't nobody interrupting you.
Oh,
Who's so interrupting you? I want to know. I want to handle it.
I mean, hard for me.
I want to handle it. Who's interrupting you?
Hard for me to hear, Mr. Bartholomew. Go ahead.
So twice in the last 2 weeks, we've called the sheriff's office to come out because there's been issues of theft. at the Port Sulphur Water Plant, people are going in there at night and stealing copper wire. And hopefully, we'll get some help from the sheriff's office in tracking that down.
So as of now, we don't have anyone in that water plant?
No, sir.
And they stole copper wiring from inside that plant?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Wow. So that added on to the work that needed to be done.
That's correct.
And you have any projected time besides, I mean, by the time it would go out to bid, you say 6 to 8 weeks?
I do not. Not at this time, no, sir.
Do you think that might be retaliation for some of the legal issues around that facility?
I
We wouldn't want to speculate.
don't think so.
Okay.
Wonder what's the price of copper wire?
Rousseau?
Must
Yeah.
be up.
Mr. Eppley, we've been asking this question now for many weeks about an estimate of time. I would hope that you could get an estimate of time from the engineering firm, whoever's preparing the plans and specs.
2 weeks ago, the estimate was 8 to 10 weeks.
And so now it should be down to
Now it
6.
should be 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay, well, when he asked you what the time frame was, you didn't say.
That's what I told him, 6 to 8 weeks.
What I'm kind of worried about, if we get to the point where the salt water start backing up in the river, that would knock out Boonville Water Plant.
That is a possibility, yes, sir.
And then we will be in a serious situation.
Yes, sir.
So it's a La Nina year. It's we're in that cycle where the dry is drier, the wet is wetter, right? But it's the forecast for the year. It's going to tend to be a little bit on the drier side. With the new larger cut upriver, it very well may be a possibility that Bluefill might not be on.
Especially with all the outlets that we have, right?
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
ask you this, is there effort to, for Infomark to try to get it up and running?
Infomark has already gone and tested the raw water pumps. With generator power, they have tested other pumps in the plant. I believe we're at the point where they know that they can draw water into the plant. They've got two quotes recently for the clarifier to be repaired. We're going to have that done here shortly. The biggest issue is the electrical that is being designed and needs to go out for bid.
And did we file a police report on the theft of the copper?
Yes, sir, we did twice.
And did they make any progress on the investigation you know of?
The most recent was earlier today, so I have not gotten an update on the investigation yet.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Carlton, you finished?
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. LaFrance. Moving on to
Agenda
F.
F, District Update, Councilmember Russo.
Yes, the status of the upgrades to the Belchich Water Plant intake, did we get approval yet from EDA?
No, sir, we have not gotten anything back from EDA yet. They had 30 days to look at it. They got it on the 18th of May. We should have gotten something back from them by now. We have contacted them several times and gotten no answer. So we will continue to contact EDA and ask when we're going to get the approval so we can move forward.
I was speaking with the individual from the Regional Planning Commission meeting at the last meeting, and she thought that it would come very soon, but you still haven't received it, so, I mean, I don't know what their review is taking, but anyway, we're still waiting. The status and update of the pump stations, are they the same as what was issued last week, our last meeting? Did we make any improvements?
Just besides what change on the East Bank, Bell Chase 2, they are installing, I got word that they started installing the number 1 pump on Bell Chase 2. Hopefully within a week, it'll be back up and running. The other thing would be the warranty job on Wilkerson, which they're working on 2 and 4 pump. 1 and 2 is up, so we still half there. We did get 1 pump running at West Point Lahash, which is right there by Jefferson Lake. And they should be, I think the final inspection for Magnolia should be July the 8th, they said. So they should be turning that pump station over to us pretty soon. So we'll need extra pump operators.
I hope that
And let me ask you this,
I hope that when we do hire a pump operator, that we hire one from that area.
let
We're
me ask
gonna
you
have to put it on, y'all gonna have to put it on the board because we only have 1 available position right now.
well, can y'all come to us? We've talked about this several times over the years about creating a pool of part-time pump station operators.
It was on there, it was taken off in January.
On what? On the agenda?
On the temporary pump operators. We never did get no applicants.
I know, but, well, we should do what other positions do, advertise until the position is filled.
Benny, do you mind if I?
Yeah, I don't mind, but I just want to make sure that we try to build this pool of part-time pump station operators for people who have retired, that might have 20 years of experience, that want to come back and work part-time.
It was on there for 6 to 8 months and nobody applied,
Well, I would leave it up there continuously. I walked through the hall here earlier, wherever I was with Rennie earlier, and they had probably 20 of them at the finance department. They had 20 of them on the board, advertisements. So if you advertise until filled, who knows, you might find somebody.
Well, regular working people aren't going to see it here, but they'll see it at Freeman's or somewhere, But we got to get creative how we advertise, maybe. But I would take the pump station pool, operator pool even a bit further. After the last hurricane, there were individuals that were interested in, stepping up themselves, if others couldn't, is like sort of a volunteer fire department type of thing that, given an emergency, a very heavy downpour, somebody could be there to start it and make sure, these are all, of course, very mechanically inclined folks that would be interested in doing something like this. It seems like we might be getting to that point where that needs to be considered. I'd be happy to get some folks together if y'all want to try that with 1 pumping station first and see how it works for, to roll it out a little bit larger.
We'll have to put the funding back in for part-time and try to do the best. We advertise, but we haven't gotten any position.
Well, I just repeat myself. I think we ought to continue advertising, and if we need to appropriate some money, and are we lucky enough to hire someone part-time, then good. If we don't, the money stays in the budget.
Do you have any more to add?
Not on that item. We finished. Next item, I have the status of the Land and Bloom contract. Oh, do we have a status of when that contract expires?
If my recollection is correct, I think it had a term of 2 years, but I believe there were also clauses in it that would allow.
Does the administration intend to renew the contract on the clauses?
I'm sorry?
Does the administration intend to renew the contract according to the clauses?
The administration has not discussed that issue.
Well, I would ask that they do so.
I will speak to the parish president about that.
Thank you. That's all I have.
11G will be deferred. 11H, discussion about safety issues with Taco Bell and Popeyes, Councilmember Arborough.
Deferred.
Deferred. That concludes the agenda. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So offered.
Offered by LaFrance, seconded by Commissioner Arborough.
Before we adjourn, I just want to thank Mr. Burris for his great example of what it takes to multitask and cross-train. So as our Director of Legal Services and also our now new
I'll send the council a
announcer.
bill.
Great job. Mr.
Let me chime in and agree that we have raised your level of expertise tremendously.
Did y'all vote on these?
Cam, of course, thank you for your continued hard work behind the scenes all the time. We appreciate you. We know you haven't had an assistant for several weeks now.
Councilmember Bartholomew LaFrance?
We need to, give us some help.
Oh, you-
Whatever which way you want to press it, you press it.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. It's
Meeting has
approved.
concluded at 5:17.
All in favor? Like to call this meeting of the Plaquemines Parish Council to a close at 5:17 PM.